Welcome to Double Trouble. I am Adria Wilkins, and I am here with...
Hello, and I'm Tammy Whitehurst, and I cannot wait to be with Adria Wilkins for Double Trouble. We are going to hit the ground running. You know, it's kind of like where caviar meets the collard green. Let's just say I'm not the caviar.
We are going to fill your tank with joy. Hang on for the ride. People are in for double trouble because we're both all about joy. So we decided, why not come together, share joy, both of us, so we can make a big bang into our world.
That's exactly right. And we cannot wait to share it with you. We are going to have moments of silly, we're going to grin, and we're going to giggle.
We might even cry.
We've never met face to face. However, one day there is going to be a place. You know, friendship can go so many directions, Adria. You and I have met. We've talked on Zoom. We have talked on the phone, but we have never met face to face. And I love how God brings people together as friends, no matter where we are.
Yes. And that is actually what I wrote down when we were going to talk about friendship, that I wanted to encourage people to make friends on Zoom, just like the two of us have. Like you said, we've never met, but people better watch out when they find out that we are going to meet for the first time in person.
It's probably going to be loud, Adria.
I know it will be.
Yes, that's a good thing. Sometimes loud is a good thing. Now, I've been loud most of my life, and it's been good, and it's been bad, and it's been ugly. And let me tell you, there have been times whenever I got ends in conduct because I was too loud. But I'm going to tell you, the moment that I meet you face to face, when I can actually touch your skin, girl, I am going to jump for joy.
That's right. I am too, because I have just enjoyed every time that I've encountered you on Zoom, whether it was just us chatting or doing a podcast or doing some other celebration. It's hard to find friends, especially when you're in the ministry. You know, my husband's a pastor. It's hard to make friends. You know why? Because they are afraid. They're afraid that you might judge them. And I'm not the judgy kind, as you can tell. I'm pretty easygoing. But do you find it hard to make friends?
You know, I have a lot of acquaintances. When it comes to inner circle friends who I trust to talk about those things that you definitely have to trust somebody with. Friends who, if I cry, they see it. That group is very small. A lot of times, whenever I went into the ministry, Adria, I had a very wise woman tell me, you will lose some friends because when you go into the ministry, sometimes people will think that you're going to be a stick in the mud. You're going to judge them for this or that, or you're going to stop being invited to parties, Christmas parties, all that kind of stuff, because they think, oh, if Tammy comes, we got to watch what we say. And I laughed when this person said this because I thought, no way, because I'm telling you, we used to go to Christmas parties. We had so much fun at that kind of stuff. They dried up. It was true.
I love your sound effect there.
Girl, it was true. But you know, you and I, we have that in common as friends. But Adria, you know, there are some people who have no friends.
Yep, I know. One day I was kind of down about not really having a really, really close friend. I'm really close to my mom, and we talk every day, just about. And it was as if God revealed to me while I was outside that, you know what? I am the only friend that you really need. Yeah, we need physical people that we can touch and laugh with and things like that. But that deep friend is really him. He's the one that we can share everything with. And I love this song by Chris Tomlin and Russell Dickerson called Talk to Him.
Yes.
And if you haven't listened to it before, Tammy and I listened to it before this recording, go out to YouTube and listen to Talk to Him, because it is one of those songs I listen to every morning, and it helps me get my mindset right in the morning and just start talking to God. And some of the words of the song are, He's like a friend. He made you. He knows you. So why not just talk to Him?
Adria, that I absolutely love that song. And for all of you, Adria introduced me this song. And oh my goodness, I wish now, I'm not a person who sets an alarm with music that blares off, but this is the kind of song that I would love to be woke up to. Because while I'm laying in the bed, before my feet have ever hit the ground, I would love to listen to this song.
Friends are hard to come by. And you were talking about that you get uninvited to events. I actually had a situation one time. I'm not going to tell you where I was at. I had this lady at church that contacted me, and she said, why didn't you come to so-and-so's party that we had the other day? And I said, oh, I didn't know about it. And they were like, oh, well, I wonder why you weren't invited. Well, come to find out, I saw some pictures later, and they had some wine and some other beverages. And so I guess they decided that, we won't invite the minister's wife to come, because it was just a fun little one of those parties that you go to. At first my feelings were hurt, and I thought, why would they think that I would have a problem with that? They know who I am. They know I'm easygoing. And if people want to make that decision and choose, I don't like the smell of it. And if people want to choose to drink or do whatever, feel free. It doesn't bother me. But I got over it, because I was like, if that's really why they didn't invite me, then I have to get over that.
We need that close friend. Adria, I firmly believe that God will give us the desires of our heart. And so I think if any of our listeners is who I'm talking to, if you need a close friend, pray, because like that song says, talk to Him. He listens. Wherever we are, He is near. Tell Him what you need. He knows that you want a friend, so go ahead and talk to Him about it. And I believe if He says He gives us the desires of our heart, and He created friendship in the first place, then I believe that He will give you a friend. Because I'm going to tell you, we need those friends whenever we feel like we've been betrayed and not loved well. We need those friends whenever somebody has broken our heart. We need those friends whenever we feel like we have hit a brick wall and we don't know what else to do, when we feel abandoned, whenever we try to carry our candle and light the world as we share Jesus in the darkness, and it seems like that things are hopeless instead of full of hope. We need those friends who will side up beside us and not only giggle and grin and laugh. Those are the fringe benefits of crazy friends. And we got to have crazy friends.
Been a friend? Have you made that a new word? Been a friend?
Let me just tell you that if you heard me say been a friend, you see, Adria is of the Northern Persuasion. I'm from the Southern Persuasion. And at times I get a bit tongue-tied, and my accent might get in the way, and she might even misinterpret what I say. But I kind of like that been a friend, because that, whatever I was trying to say a while ago, was that there are so many benefits of laughing with friends and being crazy with friends, but we've got to also have those friends that we get serious with.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Benefits of being a friend. Been a friend. It's going to be a new word in the dictionary. And it's not like been a friend in the past. It's like benefit, been a friend.
That's right.
And you know what? Tammy says I'm from the North. I only live in Virginia, and if you didn't already notice, I have a strong accent from Kentucky, back in the backwoods. And, I have people up here because we live near DC. I have people all the time. They're like, where are you from? And you know what I tell them?
What do you tell them?
I tell them, I always say Kentucky, Texas. And they're like, where's that?
Well, girl, I'm going to tell you, you have landed in the Northern Persuasion, because I cannot exactly jump in the car and drive to you. And all across the South, we could get in the car and arrive somewhere within 24 hours. Now, you're a tough one to have to drive to, though, let me tell you. So you are, like it or not, of the Northern Persuasion. But you know what? I have a lot of friends that are of the Northern Persuasion, and I'm glad I have you. That's what makes us double trouble, Adria.
That's right. That's right.
That's what makes us.
If people listen to this, they're not only going to experience double trouble, we might actually give them some ideas for getting in trouble.
Hey, let me tell you, people have been getting in trouble when they're around me for a long time. I've been a bad influence for a long time, but let me just tell you, I am sneaky, and when it comes to my friends in my inner circle, they definitely know that. I have found that there's 3 types of friends, and there's the trusty. These are the ones that we trust no matter what. They're in Bible studies with us. They pray for us. They bombard heaven with our name, and we can tell them anything and it won't go anywhere. I love those kind of people. We may not go out to eat Mexican food and eat queso with them, but they are those friends who are in that Bible study that help us get through what we're going through. Then we have the rusty friend. Those are those people who knew us when we used to wear a bathing suit. Those are those people who knew us before stretch marks. They've been around a long time. And you know what I mean? They've known you, for some of us, they've known us before we knew Jesus. And so therefore, they have known the good, the bad, and the ugly, and they still love us. That's what's amazing to me. That's the rusty friends. And then we've got the musty friends. And I'm not talking about friends who stink. What I'm talking about is those friends who saddle up beside you and you cry out to the Lord and say, must I have this friend? Because they get on your last nerve. Girl. But let me land this plane and wind this up right here and say this. Those musty friends, at first we may think, oh, must I have this friend? They're getting on my last nerve. But I tell you what I have found is that God puts those people into your life for a reason. And usually they are sandpaper people. Sometimes they rub you the wrong way. Sometimes they're aggressive and you just kind of back off from them. But they have something to show you that the Lord wants to tell you. And I have found with those kind of friends, those musty friends, when it comes to a line in the sand and you need somebody, hey, that friend comes running. Because I think that God does put people in our life who are not just like us to teach us things about life.
Yeah, I agree with that. So
you've had a few musty friends too?
Well, I think we ought to list the names off. That way people will continue.
Oh, let's not.
I thought we'd have people that will continue to listen, Here's the question. Are you the trusty friend, the rusty friend, or the musty friend?
Adria, I've probably been all 3 at times. But what I want to be more than anything is I want to be a trusty friend who leads people to Christ, not a crisis. If you would like to contact Tammy or Adria, you can contact Tammy at tammywhitehurst.com
or adriawilkins.com.